Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. As you might know, my name is Mrs. B and I started the Artlife YouTube page because I want to teach everyone all the beautiful things that art has to offer and give you some confidence and some tools and strategies to get crafty at home. So today it's windy. So today, please feel free to join me because I will show you how to create a beautiful line drawing using oil pastels today. Now, Pablo Picasso was a fantastic artist, but some of you might not know that he was actually also a beautiful drawer. He used to paint lots of different cubist artworks, which is what we know him for. But he also used to do line drawings. He was very clever in using his pen or his pencil to move it around the page in a really creative way to create drawings that used only one line. As you can see here, he used to do lots of different animal drawings and consider the shape of the animal that he's trying to draw and use line as his main art element to help him. Today we're going to learn from the wonderful Pablo Picasso and have a go at creating a contour line drawing, and we're going to try our best to literally just use one line and not take our pastel off the paper at all. We need to look closely at the shape that we're trying to draw, consider the movement of the lines and consider our whole composition as we're trying to draw as well. I'll show you how to do that. And when we're done, I hope that you come up with something that you're really proud of and know that your artwork shouldn't look exactly like mine. It's a fantastic thing if yours looks different because it means you're using your own creativity and imagination. So please come with me and I'll show you how to create an artwork that's similar to this and uses really fantastic drawing strategies and skills. I'm also going to show you how to use lots of different colours together to create a really blended, lovely, colourful artwork using some oil pastels. Just a reminder to subscribe below because I will post lots of different videos in the future, and I also have some older videos if you'd like to delve in closer with oil pastels and learn more about them. All you'll need for this beautiful contour line drawing today is a piece of paper. I'm using craft card from Zart, which is a lovely sort of recycled brown colour. However, if you've only got just a piece of plain white paper, that is perfectly fine. And you also need a really high quality set of pastels. Portfolio is the brand that I love to use. They're really high oil, so they're silky smooth to work with, and the pigment is fantastic with a really bright variety of colours. You can grab these down in the description below if you would like some. There's also a discount code down there for you to save some money as well. So grab your pastels, grab your paper, and let's get started. All right, I'm so excited about doing this task because it's just so fluid and it can be really random, and all it's about is looking at lines and trying to keep one line going. Now I'm going to use just one black pastel. If I can find it, here it is, brand newy. But all I need now is a black pastel. And Paul Klee once said, drawing is a line going for a walk. So we're literally just going to take a line for a walk today, and we're going to try our very best not to lift our pastel off the paper once we've started our drawing. Now I'm using this bunch of flowers to inspire my contour drawing today, and what I'm going to look closely at is the type of lines that are created. These wobbly kind of beautiful wavy lines here. I'm looking at these long lines here with the little buds on top. I'm looking at these zigzag lines of this carnation here. You can see the edges are quite zigzaggy. The big leaf as well is going to inspire my drawing. So I've got a piece of Zart craft card here. You can use normal white paper though, whatever you have at home is fine. So let's try and think big lines. We're going to think expressive lines, and we're going to use the flowers to inspire our artwork today. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'd love it if you put on some music, you got your materials ready. You might even choose to put this photo that I'm about to put up and just press pause on the video so that you can look at the image and not necessarily the artwork that I've produced, but use the reference point of the flowers to help you produce your version of this artwork. So feel free to do that. I'll put the photo up now. Here I go. I'm going to start with this guy down here. All right, my pen is on the paper, so I'm now no longer lifting it. I'm using a black because you can see that the lines are very dramatic. I can't lift my pen up, even though I'm done with this flower and I've done what I want to with it. I might go one more around. I have to think of a creative way to sort of move around my drawing here. So I might do a bit of a leaf now. The idea is not to go back over lines you've done. It's to find a creative way around the artwork or around the paper to take up the entire space. All right, so I know I've lifted mine off, but I needed to demonstrate something to you. So I want to go up and do this. There we go. So now I might work with this carnation here. And the lines are a bit more zigzaggy. So I'm changing the style of line. You can go over the top of lines you've done, but just working in a bit of a spiral like that. And again, I need to move around my paper creatively. There. Sign your name. And that is the first part of the task. Obviously, I really hope that your artwork, your contour kind of line, looks different to mine, and that you've used the idea to create your own version of this task, even if you just focused on one flower to start off with rather than doing a bunch of flowers. Maybe focus on trying to create nice big bold lines rather than adding details like I did. So start off small if you're a bit overwhelmed by the task, and you can build up to creating something that has 3 flowers in it with some leaves like I've just done. Someone that loved creating contour drawings was Pablo Picasso, as I mentioned earlier, and he also did a lot of faces. So you might choose to practice in creating a self-portrait or something like that, and creatively moving your pen or your pencil around the paper to create an artwork that's a contour rather than starting off like this. Now, when it comes to adding colour, I'm going to use my oil pastels. These ones are fantastic because of the high level of oil, so they're really silky smooth. You don't need to go right up to the black. You might find that the colours will sort of mix a little bit if you are colouring directly over the top of the black. So please be aware that the colours can sort of merge and mix, maybe in a way you're not really wanting them to. So please just be aware of this black line. That's why I like working with this craft card. If you don't want to colour all of it in, it is sort of a nice kind of background anyway. So I'm just highlighting each of the lines that I've created. So I might use a different colour for each of my flowers to sort of set them apart. I'm using orange for my carnation here. So I'm obviously being a little bit abstract with it as well. You can use abstract colours. I'm just thinking of colours that might work really nicely, and I'm colouring in this same sort of expressive zigzaggy way as how I drew the line. Hope you really enjoyed doing the contour drawing. It does take practice to sort of creatively move your pen or your pastel around the paper, but I do encourage you to practice and to get used to moving your pen around in that creative sort of way. I'd absolutely love to see if you've had a go at using this task at home with your pastels, or if you've maybe even adapted the task for a whole classroom setting if you're an art teacher. So please make sure you tag me at Artlife Art Lessons on Facebook, and at artlife.melb on Instagram. I also post lots of extra kind of ideas and photos on those two forums as well if you'd like to follow me there. I just love using this white. You can see that the colours mix almost like paint. I've got the orange mixing to make a lighter kind of peachy orange here. And against the craft card, the white really stands out and highlights the lines really beautifully. You can still use white on white paper because you'll get this kind of tonal effect. So still wanting these black lines to really shine through and stay there. So please consciously don't colour over them, just try to accentuate them by colouring up to them. You can see I've done my carnation pretty much there. I've used 2 shades of orange and then the white for that one. So it's nice to use sort of harmonious colours that are going to work together nicely. I've started doing some pink on this sort of flower here, which I'll continue to add some pink in. Might use a bit of this sort of peachy colour too, as well as a light orange. Please be aware of the mess that you're making. Pastels can obviously shed a little bit, so you do sort of need to blow and flick the residue away without getting too messy, and also without smudging. It can often get on the sides of your hands here and start to mess up your work. So please just work neatly as best you can. The cool thing about these pastels, which I'll show you quickly now as well, is that you can actually add water to them. And they turn into paint, as you can see there. So you can sort of spread out the paint and work with them like watercolours for different sections if you prefer. So it's literally just a matter of using 2, 3, 4 different colours together in different combinations. You can see that I'm using colours that are similar to one another, so they blend nicely. And I'm working within the direction of the line that we've drawn. So for example, I'm not colouring this way, I'm colouring with the direction of the line to enhance it and accentuate it. Colouring over the top a little bit, adding in lighter tones and highlights like this, and filling the space even in abstract kind of colours, overlapping as I work around my page. How amazing is that blue? So I've now finished the main sort of drawn sections of my picture. I finished the 3 flowers. I've done the leaves and sort of the vine section as well. So that does leave this kind of random section for my particular design. It leaves it sort of bare. So you have one of 2 choices. You can just leave it the way it is and just leave colour in the parts that need colour. Otherwise, you can just work creatively to fill in sort of abstract colour in these sections as well, which is what I'm going to show you how to do. So I'm using the same colours as I used for this flower, for example, trying to suggest that it's coming out a little bit further. There as well, and here as well. But now I'm going to do the same thing with these flowers and sort of connect them in this middle section. So I'm going to use the colours and type of lines I used for this sort of pink and red flower. I'm bringing this purple one down. I'm sort of just finding a way to connect them together. There. You might not have that problem within your design, but I feel like that sort of interlocks them and joins them and brings them together a little bit neater. I think I'm done. I really feel like I could have sat here for ages continuing on with the artwork, but I hope that you enjoyed making this task. It's really a very therapeutic kind of way to colour in with these beautifully soft oil pastels, working with harmonious colours, combining colours, mixing them, and starting off with just a really expressive fluid contour line. So it's as simple as that. I know it's not an overly simple task, but I really hope you enjoyed yourself anyway and you had a go at blending colours and creating a one-line drawing. Feel free to tag me at Artlife Art Lessons and at artlife.melb on Instagram, because I will post lots of photos and other ideas for you to get crafty at home. Please make sure you subscribe below and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video today, because I just really enjoy bringing art to everyone at home and I hope you enjoy it too. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you next time.